Let's take a look at some absolute value inequalities. Now, before we can talk about inequalities, we just want to remember that when we talk about an absolute value equation, like the absolute value of x is equal to 3, you can think of that on a number line as a distance from 0. So that's saying that the number x is exactly 3 units away from 0, and we can do that in either direction. So I can go 3 units to the right, or I can go 3 units to the left. Okay, 3 units to the right gives me x is equal to 3. 3 units to the left gives me negative 3. Okay, so x is either equal to negative 3 or x is equal to 3. So you can use the same idea when you're talking about absolute value inequalities. So for example, if the absolute value of x is less than 3, well, I'll do the same sort of thing. Exactly equal to 3 would be 3 units in either direction. That gives us negative 3 and positive 3. Because I don't have equal to, I don't want to include those. But I want the distance to be less than 3 units. So I want to be closer to 0. I want everything inside there. So that gives us that my x lies between negative 3 and positive 3. And then finally, for the absolute value of x greater than 3, same thing. Let's first say I can go exactly equal to 3 in either direction. Puts me at negative 3 or positive 3. But now I want to go farther away. So again, because I don't have equality, I don't get to use those. I need to go farther away. So that gives me these two portions of my number line. This one I can say x is less than negative 3. This one says that x is greater than positive 3. And either one of those sections would satisfy this inequality. So let's put this into practice with some specific examples. The first example is with a less than. So we're saying that whatever's inside the absolute value is less than 8 units from 0. Okay, so that's like this one. So whatever is inside the absolute value is between negative 8 and 8. And then you just have a linear inequality. Subtract 2 everywhere. We get negative 10 is less than 3x is less than 6. Divide by 3. Negative 10 thirds is less than x is less than 2. And you can write that as an interval, open interval, negative 10 thirds to 2. All right? All right, now let's try a greater than. Notice here I've got greater than or equal to, which is simply going to allow me to use the equality as a solution also. Now this is a greater than, so we're looking at being farther away from 0. It gives us two separate pieces. Whatever is in the absolute value can be less than or equal to 1 unit away on the left is negative 1, or it can be greater than or equal to 1 unit away on the right is positive 1. Now again, we just solved both of these, so subtract 3 everywhere. Divide by negative 2. Remember, when you divide by a negative, you switch the inequality sign. Again, subtract 3. Divide by negative 2. And we have those two pieces. Now if you have trouble thinking about how to write this, put it again on a number line. Okay, so this one says greater than or equal to 2. This one says less than or equal to 1. So our solution in interval notation would be from negative infinity to positive 1, including the 1, union, include the 2, off to positive infinity. So there are a couple examples, one of each type of inequality involving absolute values.